Somebody wants to ask us questions and we don't want to answer them, so let's see how this turns out.
I'm Misty Lee, and I am the host of Unicorn Wednesday.
And I am Bizzaro, and I am the guy behind the camera making stuff. I make her look good.
And I make him frustrated.
And yourself frustrated.
Yes, 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 yes. These little Unicorn Wednesday segments are produced by both of us. Usually we'll talk about them sometimes months and months in advance and come up with an ideas.
Sometimes the day of.
Yes, and sometimes the night before, and sometimes while we're doing it. They're a process, but as far as actual production goes, usually we'll make a list of things we need, then we make a list of things we have, and then we buy anything that we need, usually from the Magic Apple or Penguin or one of the magic suppliers.
Or the real magic stores like Michael's, Home Depot.
Yeah, totally. And we usually do that the day before whatever we're shooting, depending on how long whatever we're shooting, whatever trick we're shooting is going to take to construct and dry, and how many levels will be involved in its construction.
So the effects are created by both of us technically, but sometimes they are store-bought. They are created by the magicians because magicians sell magic tricks to other magicians.
You do.
Right. And shameless plug. Yeah. So what will happen is we will take a trick that is already in the market sometimes and we'll either alter it to fit our narrative, or we'll just do it as is because it works the way out of the box.
And it's really good.
Right. And then sometimes we just make stuff up.
Yep. Sometimes, like the other day, I heard something on the radio, and I said, "Hey, you know what? I'd like to do a trick with a couple of tin can phones." And
that reminds me. I have an idea for you for that.
Yeah,
I think you're good. And guess where I came up with it?
Where? In the shower?
Yep. Because I can't help it.
I drive him crazy because I'm like, so I'm thinking that we could do something like this, and he's like, well, that's kind of been done before. And what I'm actually doing,
planting
is
seeds,
insidiously sowing seeds into his mind, because I know that once they're watered by the shower, they will grow into good ideas.
That's what it is.
I know you. We've known each other for like, what, 20 years now?
30, 40, 50 years it feels like.
500 years. And he has not changed at all, and I am just aging rapidly and
I've gotten
sadly.
fatter.
Have you really?
Oh, of course.
Oh, well, I think you look great.
But I stay out of the sun, which is one of the keys. If you want to look young, stay out of the sun.
And if you're a vampire, also stay out of the sun.
Yeah, don't do drugs, don't smoke cigarettes, don't drink alcohol, don't have any fun, but you get to look nice. So a lot of magicians will buy a trick or they'll read a trick and they'll just do it to the camera with no presentation, no anything. We've talked about this with other people all the time, a lot of magic on the internet is disposable. It's just like, they're small digestible, digestible chunks that don't stick with you at all.
And oftentimes it's a series of effects just sort of burned off, hoping that something will resonate with a bunch of people and that video will go viral.
Well, yeah,
and
that's the goal. Everybody is just like viral videos. That's the end goal because people just want to get famous for that.
And that is not at all what we started out to do.
No, we wanted something that would be interesting and memorable. We weren't trying to make viral videos. That's not what this is about. This is trying to make a little nook on the internet for you to have presence. Because when we started this, you had very little internet presence.
Yeah, and the only internet presence I had was like, I collect bloodletting flames and I'm a creepy seance medium, which I am, but I'm a lot more than that. And so I tried to put a small magic show together, and you saw it and you said, this is great, it's very well produced, but you're really not in this. And I was half in it, because he said, when you walk into a room and there are butterflies on the wall, as soon as you enter the room, those butterflies should begin to move, because that's how your energy is. You bring magic with you. And I may be paraphrasing that, but that's essentially what you said about that.
It was you, but it wasn't you.
Right, because I was saying other lines, and it was really well written and beautifully produced, but what he said was, look, I've known you for an awful long time, and I want to see you stick your tongue out, and I want to see you get sassy the way that you get sassy in conversation, and you never do that as a magician on the internet. You do it live on stage. Why aren't you doing it in these videos? And there wasn't any of that sass.
Right.
And so he was missing the sass. He'll tell you it drives him crazy, but he was missing it. So we created Unicorn Wednesday. I wanted some evidence that I actually did have a large repertoire. That was one of the things.
By
Also-
repertoire, she means a garage full of tricks.
Right, right.
Because she's got problems.
I do have problems. He's not wrong.
But this isn't a confessional. This is an interview.
It's also not an intervention.
Right.
Thanks.
Well, we want to talk to you about that.
We're all here today.
Brian and I would like to speak to you
Listen,
about
I got
your
nothing
problem.
to say to you. You're upstaging me with that hat. So basically what happened was we started talking about having more personality in magic for me. And he said, well, you got an awful lot of stuff because we had just done a run at Morongo Casino where we had done 108 tricks. Not necessarily well, but we had done them. So I did have a large repertoire.
I wasn't there for that. I've just seen the videos.
Yeah, you have too.
Yeah.
But he said, let's use what you already have. And that blossomed into these Unicorn Wednesday tricks. And what we have essentially done is we start looking at stuff and saying, okay, this is a cool idea. Now, how can we take it one step further? Or how can we turn it on its ear?
Well, and also the goal, we sat down and said the goal is to do a year regardless.
Yes.
No matter what.
Well,
That
you
was-
said, I will help you, but you have to promise me you'll do 52
Well,
weeks.
right, and you wanted to do that anyway, but yeah, we committed to it. We made a list, 52 tricks. Some of them
We made a list of 75.
True. Some of them are never going to come out because we were just like, no, this isn't going to work for video.
Yeah.
Or some of them we didn't have on the list at all. They just kind of showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, like the paper airplane trick, which may
Yeah,
or may
that was
not
random.
have aired by the time you
Yeah.
got this. He just walked into my office because I was throwing a magazine away, and he swatted me with the magazine and said, you shouldn't have thrown this away. There's a good idea in it. He said, you could throw them away, but read it first.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, and who was the idea by? Do you remember the magician's name?
I do not.
We'll find it and put it up
Yeah,
here below.
there'll be like a thing.
And I looked at it and I said, that is a good idea. What if we do it this way? And then what if we add this at the end? And he said, great, you build that, I'll build this. And whoop, we both went off to separate places and we built 2 Unicorn Wednesdays
And you
instantly.
may have seen it by now, or it's coming.
Yeah, mystery.
Yeah.